Hello everybody, and this is Mr. Ege. We're using Inventor in this class, and we're going to be continuing with the making of the mechanical clock, and we're going to assemble the parts that so far we created, basically the front plate of the clock, and then we're going to have the second arm, minute arm, and hour arm, okay, inserted in the assembly drawing. So for that reason, I started Inventor, but I waited until the assembly drawing option is in front of me. Now I have the assembly drawing, okay, it's being created inside the inventor and the plan is starting the inventor assembly drawing and then insert the other parts, including the front plate, second arm, minute arm, hour arm, and after which you're going to constrain them. Constraining one part to another part requires some geometric relationships, and we want certain particular specifics about the relationship between the front plate and the hour arm, minute arm, second arm. And there is a geometric constraint. This is called inventor terminology called constraints. So here is the assembly drawing in front of you, and we're going to go to the origin. As usual, we're going to select XY plane in front of us, and X1 plane is double selected already. And now we're going to insert, okay, or place front plate. So for that reason, I'm moving my cursor to the corner. Okay, there's an icon on the top left corner where it says place. So we're going to click on that, and down arrow. There's always down arrow. When you see the down arrow, click on the down arrow, okay, and click on the place. Now it gives you the dialog box, okay, and you need to find out where the front plate is, where you locate it. Okay, so I'm going to select the hour arm, and if I can select the at the same time second arm, okay, I'm going to just open both of these. Okay. Now our arm and second arm are selected individually, and I'm going to just position them in front of me. Okay, so we're going to continue inserting, placing the part drawings into the assembly drawings after starting the inventor assembly drawing. And I'm going to move my cursor over to the top left corner, and I'm going to click on the top command place. Okay, and first we need the face clock. Okay, I just find it where it is supposed to be, and then second we need the second arm. But first I'm going to insert this face clock one at a time. Okay, and the face clock is located. Okay, and I'm going to change the direction also. Hit escape key right after, because you only want to insert it once. Okay, and this is the face. Okay, and now we're going to use the place command exactly the same way, top left corner, and I'm inserting the second arm. Okay, and the second arm is inserted here, and only once, so hit escape key right after that. And you can go ahead and see if there is another minute arm and hour arm to be inserted, and exactly the same manner. And another thing is sometimes you may notice one part is missing a axle or anything like this, and that when that happens, you can modify it by just simply double click on it, and then there's going to be the part drawing should be open right after that. Okay, and Inventor is supposed to enable you to generate the parts, to modify the parts according to whatever the design you have in mind. So the procedure for that is you need to select the part, surface of the part again as usual, and you need to just simply select the surface and create a sketch based on that. And then you want to create, for example, a circle at the center, and for an axle, say just you generated a circle, and that circle's diameter is important. For the axle, it's because it's a second arm axle, it's supposed to be 1/8 of an inch. OD stands for outside diameter. This is the point you can go back to after you make the modification, add the whatever needs to be done. Assembly drawing by just moving your cursor over the browser on the left-hand side and double-click the assembly, okay? And now the next thing to insert this part, okay, into the hole, okay, in a constrained manner. And to be able to insert a part into another part or assemble in a part, you're supposed to be using constraints. So constraints, you're going to access the constraints on the ribbon. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th item from top left-hand corner. Select the constraint command, and the constraint will give you a dialog box with several options on it. And one of them is insertion, okay? There are several options, and one of them is, for example, on the top, the mate option, that you can connect the parts together face-to-face or back-to-back face. There's another one is angular option. It's certain angles are assembled between surfaces. And another option is tangent option. The one surface may be tangent against other surface. This is the case when you use it. There is a symmetry option, and apparently there is an insertion option. We're going to be using insertion option, okay, with the baby offset of, say, 0.01, okay? And computer will ask you to select the item, okay? What kind of insertion is going to be, and the facial. So you're supposed to select the first entity, and you select the axle of the second arm, and then you move your cursor into the hole and select the inside surface of the hole, okay? Now, it went the other way around in opposite direction, so maybe you want to just change that by just selecting the reverse option, okay? The distance is incorrect, so we're going to have enter, say, 3.9. Oh, this is too little. We're going to change that, play with the distance, okay? Maybe minus 3.9. I'm going to have to test this, okay? Apparently this is way too much, and I'm just checking from the side how it is happening. Minus 3.9, about minus 3.5. Okay, I think this is more realistic. So this is the insertion option, okay? And then you're going to be inserting the other arms as well in the similar manner. So if you like the insertion, you can apply it, okay, and cancel. And one of the things you like to do select one part, for example, and ground it. And grounded part is not going to rotate anymore. Ungrounded part will rotate. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm going to continue in the next activity.